Welcome on back, everybody. Wilde Willy here for episode 14 and part 2 of our assault on Castle Morne. So last episode, we made our way through the outer courtyard area. Just as a reminder and a recap, there's going to be a golem archer out here on the new outer rampart walls that you want to proceed. From this side of Grace, you go back outside the castle, proceed around here until you can get up onto the rampart, go around the rampart, kill a troll, and then climb a couple of ladders to kill the golem, because otherwise he's going to be shooting at you as you try to traverse the outside part of the northwest corner of the castle. Very bad. Anyway, we are about to go up and have a boss fight with the Leonine Misbegotten. Let me go ahead and make it daytime so it's easier to see as we progress through the castle. And we are going to, first up on this episode, tackle a mini boss, which gets us into the castle proper. Again, just as another recap, you come through this door, and from the other side, it takes you to from the Castle Morne tunnel, and it teleports you here, or the doorway when you go through it. Let's do this. I'm not going to pull out my boy until we get up into the battle, and I'm going to use my Rancor Fists for this. Put on my lantern for just a second. So this is going to be a lot like the final boss of the area. If you're familiar with the base game, you get down to the beach and you fight the giant Misbegotten with the, like the Game of Thrones, sword or whatever. Let me do this too. This is just my basic HP regen over time. Go ahead and drink the flask, because I think when we beat him, there's another site of grace we can just grab immediately. So let's get that. Let my HP regen a little bit, and we'll go in. He has all the similar moves. He should be fairly aggressive when you get in there, so just be aware if you're like trying to pull out a summons. He's going to be coming for you pretty quick. Up, and then he turns me into a liar. I'm just going to weapon arc this guy. Between him and the summon, should kill him pretty quick. And take my debuff from my anyway, not a big deal at this level. This is still kind of a starter area. We got a frame. That's what it was. The grafted blade greatsword. You get the Ryu's greatsword. There's another greatsword that you get. He's trying to get up here because there are some enemies up here. Most notably, there's a guy right there that will try to come and get you. And then there are a couple more. I want to say there's going to be one off to my left up there, and you just hop up here to get him. Let's just take him out. All right, so we're done there. I thought a grace would spawn somewhere after beating this guy. We might have to just go back down and rest. Stuck on all this stuff. Might just go rest and reset. Oh, there's my grace. It's hidden behind the thing. So there are two ways you can proceed through the level. I'm going to rest and see if I can pick up a level of vigor, and I can. So let's do that. And my summons is gone, so let's pull him out again. And then I want to just go ahead and rally him. And this is going to be part of every build that I do. I don't care if it's like the Dreadnought should not be casting, whatever. I think the game is more fun with summons. So that's how I'm going to play. You don't want to use summons. You want to run through here, be sad and lonely all by yourself. Go right ahead. Alright, so here they are. I guess they came out after my other fight. Break through that. I'll kill you. And then you can proceed this way. So we're going to do this first. And this is going to take us outside around the castle and up. And he'll teleport along. We've got this guy. Kind of dangerous because he can yeet you off. So what you can do is you can run past him and drop down. That's the entrance to the castle. Well, if you're just going to stand there, I am going to do this. Pop you in the face. And that's just gonna pretty much take him out. Bunga Bunga, you should be able to just, you know, kind of shield or whatever and take him out. So down here, there's a platform we want to drop on. And then immediately under us, there's going to be a guy. And there are going to be a couple more down here. There's going to be basic soldier. I think there's a basic soldier to our left. Got these two wandering nobleman types trucking stuff. And yeah, there's going to be one more behind you, which my bro took out. All right, so it's just the one guy up there, not a second one. All right, so this is one of the areas where if you have not taken out the golem, you're going to be in for some excitement. Because he will be right down there and he will start shooting at you while you're trying to platform. And yes, if he hits you, you will fall to your death. I might fall to my death a few times in this episode anyway, so be prepared. Alright, don't lock onto anything just yet. You want to hop up on there, and then hop up on there. And now we have a couple of these they're going to be like, what just happened to our friend? And I'm going to pick one and lock on and do my kind of ranged AoE that should do chip damage to the other one now. And then I just got to take out you. Notice that very nice tracking. So you're down. We got some dogs coming up inside. Again, this guy will be shooting at you. You can kind of hide from him over here a little bit because he's on that tower. So you can hide from him a little bit, but he will shoot at you going up the ladder again. All right, so I believe we got this one. And then more up the stairs. Oh, my God. Why don't you fight him while I go outside and heal a little bit? There's my dog. Got the dog out. Got the other dog. Going to be a couple guys out here. Forget which weapon class this is. We got a pumpkin head. He's trying to figure out what's going on, so let's see if I can't. Almost. Thank you. Be able to just punch you out. So just showing this off. Got the Zweihander. I don't know if that's one of our weapons or not. I don't think so. For the Stormcaller. Got the iron and scale set. And we got the Claymore. This might be like retainer class weapons. Let's take a look at where we're at. See where the equipment is. So, Claymore, Greatsword, Lion's Claw, Zweihander, Colossal Weapon, with Stamp, and then what does this do? Strength and Vigor, reduces weapon stamina cost. Not great, not terrible. How much poise does it have? 23, 27, 37. So, average. And I'm gonna switch to this. Let me rally my boy. Get him healing. We're gonna go climb that ladder. And this is gonna take us up to big battle. Well, first we gotta kind of parkour a little bit. And then it's gonna take us to a big battle up top in the castle proper. So again, that's where the golem would be. He would be shooting at you as you run through this part. And I just, you know, I refuse to do play-by-play. I'm not an announcer. Sorry if that's disappointing. I'm just gonna let them all fight. And I'm gonna pick off the stragglers. If you have ADHD, impulsive ADHD, and you want to run out there and get involved in all that bullshit, have at it. AoEs are your friend, knockbacks are your friend. Having a spirit summon, you know, my Titan mercenary guy, he's got the dismounter, and he will just upend all these little enemies. He will just flat out. If he doesn't kill them, he will put them on the ground, which is nice. It's a nice form of AoE. The Misbegotten should win because they're getting buffed by the perfumers. So if you have to pick somebody to take out, it would be these guys. So he's gone. They still haven't noticed me at all. I might switch to my spell. Start nuking some of these people. And now it's straggler time. Any weapon with like wide sweeps would also be good. Don't get surrounded by a lot of trash mobs. Way to walk into a backstab. Alright, so they're all done. And as you can see, like 14,000 runes. It's not like that you can farm these guys or anything like that. It's not a great fight for that. We proceed along. We're going to proceed along up here. There are a couple things we're just going to unlock just to show them because this is as much a let's play of the Spirit Storm Summoner that I'm doing, as it is a walkthrough of what's here in the castle. I can just hit him while yeah. Come on. And then he poised through me, but he's down. I'm gonna come over here and take this guy out. There's another path that you can take. This altar, we'll get to some loot later on. It's important for the Golden Fundamentalist class. So you can drop down here. Those guys are aggro, and then you can also proceed along that way. So let me show both. Obviously, drop down is drop down. to be able to just come over here. He's kind of trying to decide whether he wants to aggro to these people or not. Got the knight, he's back his turn. Whoop. You're dead. Got another knight. What happened to my friend? Whoop. That's what happened to your friend. Ow. Down there, like this courtyard, to draw it all together for you, like over there to my left, like where my head is, that's like kind of the entrance to the castle, like where we fought the first Misbegotten. If we continued along and went through the doorway beyond him, we would have come to that, and there was a way that we could climb. I want you. I choose you. Just taking out the bigger threat. There's going to be a page up here, right up to the left. As you go up these stairs, you're going to want to get on him quick so he doesn't hit you with the repeated crossbow. That was kind of a fail doing that. The idea is like, oh, there's some loot, and then he's backstabbing you or shooting you or whatever. All right, so 2 ways to proceed here. You can go down there, fight that guy, and right beyond him is a site of grace. If you're a caster, you don't have to fight him. Not directly, anyway. And our summons died. He fell to his doom somewhere. So again, Convergence Mod, I can just pull him right on back out. Let's give him a buff. And for this next part, I think I'm going to go back to my Rancor Fists. You can, like, get down and around there, where you might have to come back up. I feel like there's a ladder somewhere that gets us back up here. Here it is, this ladder. So we will need to drop down there where I killed the Misbegotten, the big one. But to proceed, because like if you go back here, you can't hop over this wall, and we need to be over there. So that ladder that I just showed you is go up. So yeah, flying, not a good thing. You can't get away from me flying. I can't deal with you up there. Just a little side path you can get for some more loot. I think this is the way up. If you had advanced to the courtyard, you would come up here. And so these guys are like kind of waiting to ambush you as you come up the ladder from right there. Take you out. Grab this loot. You drop down. Where's my ladder? I might be able to help from up here. I will. That should take you out. I've just got to figure out how to get down there without dying. I feel like should be a ladder. We might have to take the lower path just to confirm that stuff will respawn, but anyway. Is it here? There is a ladder. Okay, so let's go down and take a peek. Kind of tie it all together. I was like looking for the ladder in the lower part, and it's kind of up here on the wall. So let's go down and grab that loot. Left something here for me. Uplifting aromatic. There's a perfumer build that you can do. That's one of the classes where I don't know where it spawns in. And then we have the high page gloves. And that's the doorway back out to where we started. So again, big loop. These are just a bunch of missing guys. Now they're gonna start to aggro. I was gonna say there should be another enemy I want to take out, and it's the page. Got the wrong weapon. Was not locked on. Try again. We got a big boy coming from the back. Snipe him out. Let me go help. Loot over here. 3 Somber 3s. Anyone else? Gonna do my heal over time. Regenerate my HP. But like I said, here's our site of grace. If we had proceeded through, we would have just fought all of that mob. And then we could have proceeded along up through this little nook. And now we'll go up the ladder and presume. So just 2 different pathways. We've cleared them both. Gotta do Rally the Legion, so he's healing back up. So now you see on his HP bar, he's starting to get his HP back. And then let's go back to where we were and proceed. So that's the wall. We drop down one more. We should get a site of grace. This is where we drop down the walkway above us. Busted the railing. Just to my left is a ladder to get you back up to that area. I believe there's a guy on a ballista down there. Talking to you, I have friends. Yep, you can see him like here. Yep. Ha! Go get him. Go kick his ass. So yeah, you can just be aware that he's over there. Rolling, as a method of getting over to him, rolling works well because it gives you iframes and he can't really lock on. Alright, we have his friend up here on the stairs. Weapon art go up. Ha! And he fell. That was funny. This is the quest line with the one NPC. I don't know if he gives you a key or whatever.
There's a face on Edgar that you can see. Menial, they gave me good foul treatment. I'm sorry, but whatever, you come take this.
Sacrificial twig. That's just lovely. So we need to get out here. Because you remember earlier there was the one night we went up there and we interacted with that pillar altar thingy. Well, here's another one. The path of the fundamentalist is now open, so let's clear that off our screen. And this brings us back around to where we started, the first way we took up. We came up the ladder, we killed the knight, we dropped down onto the platform and worked our way around the outside of the castle. That just takes us over there. So there is no need. There might be a need because we get stuck here. there's really not a need to like go over there and clear all this again. So we got to do this and just drop down, and then you see this just drops us down into our original courtyard. And then this is going to be the quicker of the two ways, I think. You don't have to go all the way around the outside of the castle. We are just going to proceed to our next grace. If I push a little further. Where's my ladder? There it is. Take it on up. This will help you guys have the path memorized. Again, I can rally the Legion, heal up my boy. Doesn't really matter what you have on at this point. We're not fighting any more enemies. Unless you rested, everything will respawn. Alright, so we want to go over there, but we need to go up to get it. That's where we just were. That's where we went up and lit the statue. And oh my goodness, I did not kick down the ladder. Well, so that complicates things a little bit. I will show you this. We have another ladder here. You can kick that down, and then theoretically, if I had kicked that ladder down, I showed it to you, I thought it was down. I didn't know we had to kick it down. I'm gonna pause the video because I need to run all the way around the outside to get back to there. I don't think there's another way back up there for me. So I'll see you in a bit when we're back up top. All right, so I'm back. I made the run all the way back around the outside of the castle and kicked the ladder down. So now we have this ladder shortcut and we have that ladder shortcut back down to the courtyard, which you go through there and it brings you back to your original site of grace. So anyway, proceeding, there was a misbegotten down there that I killed. Making sure there was no loot behind. And so there is a gap here. Up across, grab the loot. You actually want to drop down. You can drop into there, which is kind of a trap. The other thing that you can do is you can... There is an enemy down there. A big one. You can... I didn't time it right to plunge. Okay, so now we have people coming through the doorway from over there. They're coming, like, they are out. There are a couple of them that are outside. And then there's more stuff that if you walk past that doorway, they're going to ambush you. Come on over here, guys. Took them out. Another one. So that's the rat. That's what's in that room. We got the 3 rats. So let's rally him so he's healing. Let me go back to this. One more rat. And that's it. Pickle turtleneck. Oh, there's a slug. Fighting, bro. Slug. Alright, so if we could have dropped down from up there, like that thing up top where the loot was, I was like, that's a trap. That would have dropped you into the room with the rat. 3 rats and the slug. No fun. So I think, nope. Yeah, that one came around. I think there's another misbegotten. So those statues that we were opening along the way, the golden statues, if you were playing the Golden Order Fundamentalist, that is your glowing rune of order right there. When I do that build in combination with something else, I'm going to be coming back to that. All right, so this is wretched. I feel like we should have passed a site of grace somewhere. There might be a Stake of America too. So anyway, definitely got to run and jump. Get across. And then hop up and around. And same thing. I would aim for the lower part. It's a little easier to hit. Okay. And down there, you can see that loop. If you have enough vigor, you can drop for it. I want to say that that is our next imbued sword key up. And that particular jump killed me. Let's see where we respawn. I might be pausing the video and running through a bunch of shit. Yeah, I am. It sucks to be me. Anyway, we're at 31 minutes. Let's wrap up here. I'm going to run through the frickin' castle again. I feel like I missed a sight of grace by that drop down. So let me run through. I should be able to just run through this straight through the courtyard and hopefully up the ladder. I can use my summons as a distraction. And I'll see you back where we left off.